Cynophobia is when a person is afraid, they have an abnormal fear of dogs. And anyone who knows me well would most likely diagnose me as a cynophobiac. They'd also be surprised yet happy to know that I'm conquering my fear little by little. Here's more of my story in my TV6 special report, Fear No More.
All of the cats are loose.
Okay.
I don't think you'll be very comfortable in there.
We won't go in there.
Fear. It deprives us from life's most wonderful experiences. Since age 2, a fear of cats and dogs has held me back from being comfortable with and loving animals. So I attribute this fear to my mother. She is afraid of all animals for reasons that I don't know or understand. As her only daughter, I was always around her, so I just picked up the fear of cats and dogs from just being around her every day. I've decided I no longer want to live in fear of animals that so many people find so much comfort around. So I headed to U-Paws to make some furry friends. When I arrived at the shelter, any confidence I had possessed immediately left, and I shrank back to that 2-year-old girl who wanted to squeal and run for her mother. My heartbeat is like,
You'll be fine.
but I had to put on my big girl pants because it was showtime. To my surprise, I wasn't the only person at the shelter who had experienced a fear of animals. Even a couple of U-Paws staff members had shared my fear in the past.
When I was growing up, we weren't really exposed to animals, so I kind of had a fear, I think, based off just the unknown. And then I think my mom was a little bit fearful, so I think it kind of transitioned over to me, and I had a really hard time being around dogs, especially. I had a really, really deep fear of dogs, up probably till I was about 18 years old.
And started at the shelter as a way to become more comfortable with both cats and dogs.
I love cats now. I mean, I just adore them. But at first I thought, ooh, I'm not sure. They're kind of scary. You know, they're going to scratch me.
Through education and interacting with the animals, Anne came to love them. As I continued touring the shelter, I also became more comfortable with the animals.
Good job.
I took this charming boxer, Roxy, for a walk. I met Jack, a playful American bulldog who's adored by just about everyone he comes in contact with. I was even able to give him a couple of treats. Last stop was to purr with the cats.
When you meet a cat, you want to have soft eyes and just kind of watch the body language.
After a while, these friendly felines were no longer a threat to me. Thanks to U-Paws and animals like Calico, I've been able to chip away at a lifelong fear. Here's to fear. It's held me back, made me feel unsafe, and in a way, alienated me from society. You no longer control my life because I face my fear.